What's up, y'all? How are you all doing on this fine evening? So today we're gonna do something different. We're gonna do a little Q&A. A lot of you have questions, and I have answers to your questions, and hopefully I can answer everything to the best of my abilities for y'all. But yeah, so I'm answering y'all questions today for all the new people and just the people I haven't been able to get back to. So we're gonna do that. But first, guess I'll give y'all a little background check about me. So I grew up in Detroit, Michigan, um, near Cass, whatever. Um, no brothers, no sisters, only child. Um, no kids either. So yeah, don't ever ask me do I have any because I don't. So no kids, not married, and I'm 21, and that's about it for the personal stuff. So hope y'all enjoyed that part. Okay, so to the fun stuff, the questions. So I have 12 questions here that I'm gonna answer, and I'm gonna try to do these at least once a week. So I'll gather a bunch of questions and I'll discuss them in a video. So, question number one: what is my religious preference? So, as you all know, well, most of you who have been here forever know, but for you new people, I am an atheist with satanic values. And now you're going to ask, well, what is an atheist with satanic values? And this is where I say, don't worry about it. How about you do some research? Or better yet, deal with it. So that is my religious preference. Never been a Christian, never followed any fucking preacher, any fucking flawed religion at that matter. I walk my own path, and I feel like we have free will for a reason, and you need to use it to the best of your ability. So fuck all that gay ass shit. All right, question number two. What are my political beliefs? So I'm not political at all. I'm not on the left. I'm not on the right. I don't care about Republicans. I don't care about Democrats. Fuck Trump and fuck Biden. I don't support neither one of them. Hence why I didn't vote. I never really cared about any of that shit. The way I see it is the world was never great. America was never great. And if we go back further for black people, well, you know what happens then. So didn't really care about this election and probably won't care about any in the near future. So sorry if that upset any of you, but honestly don't give a fuck. So what do I think of Satan? So honestly, I think is more is what do people think of him. I think the devil is misrepresented in a lot of mainstream media because people are just too stupid to do their own fucking research and take the time to acknowledge these kinds of other, what's the word I want to say, philosophies. Thank you. People are too stupid, and Christians and all these other religions, they don't understand the meaning of follow your own path because they're so broad, they're so blinded. So I would say people revere Satan because they think he's a dark entity that controls our mind and our thoughts and our life. And I just think that's bullshit. People say the devil made me do it, and I just think that's stupid, and that's what they use to play the victim role and all that type of shit. So I never thought of Satan like that. I think he is the alpha and the omega, and if you disagree, that's fine, but I wear this on my chest, across my stomach, and on my fist for a reason because I believe that We are the higher power and we have a purpose in life, and that's to walk the left hand path. So that's exactly what I think of that. Haha, number five. What do I think about Christianity? I think it's a very flawed, vague, um, entitled religion filled with people with inferiority complex and people who think they're better than you because they follow this lifestyle. And I don't have anything against people living their life the way they see fit, but I don't like Christians. Always had negative encounters with them just downtown and in general. They feel like they can step out of line and try to grab my chains and snatch them and all that. And that's really how you get fucked up, especially in Detroit. Don't touch somebody who doesn't want to be touched by you and all that bullshit. Like, keep your hands and your space to yourself because you will get fucked up. I don't see Satanists or people who are non believers going out here torturing Christians. We really don't give a fuck about y'all and we really not thinking about y'all. But I feel like Christianity is a joke, and most people who are in that lifestyle are a joke to me because they follow something that a book says, or they follow something that these white evils in the world say to follow. So I'm not with it, never have been, and it disgusts me in every way. Number six is love. Not sure what to think about it. I don't know if I ever been in love or felt love. I mean, I felt close to a lot of people, but then we just come a point where people disappoint you when you kind of just don't want to deal with their bullshit, you know? I mean, you can be stuck in this path forever, and of course at some point in life you want a good woman or you want a good man or whatever the fuck you into. You want somebody who you could share those things with, but I don't necessarily see that happening, not in this generation or any other. It's just people are a waste of time and they're a waste of space, and it's just best to live your life the way you need to live it without trying to make all these accommodations for people and trying to please them when they don't appreciate it at the end of the day. So that's what I think about love, so fuck it. Number seven is metal. So I've always been, as far as I remember, I've always been a metalhead, even just in my earlier days before like the piercings and the tattoos and the, you know, excuse me, but I always been into metal, and I grew up on like bands like Korn and, mainly new metal stuff. But then, of course, over the years, I ventured out and got into more extreme bands and shit. So, um, yeah, my passion for metal just, it goes a long way, man. I've been to so many different shows last year. I think I only made one this year before the whole fucking COVID thing, but I've just been privileged to get to see so many bands: Behemoth, Watain, fuck, it is so many Forces, Loner Shore, Origins, Obituary, just so many great fucking bands that I got to see. And I got to see Watain for my birthday, actually, so that made it even better. So all those shows were pretty fucking, intense. Cranium, um, fuck, what's another show? Oh, Defeated Sanity. Yeah, that show was great too. So, a lot of great shows. Always been a diehard metal fan, though. And if I haven't acknowledged for the people who are new, this is the Marduk logo. And then you see like the 666 across it. So, Marduk is a Swedish black metal band for those of you who aren't familiar with the genre. So, Marduk, check them out. Number 8 is real simple on my sex life, which I briefly discussed on here. Well, I did discuss in the whole video, but this is gonna be brief. I lost my virginity when I was like 16. Um, and that was cool. But I never really envisioned about doing films and recording with girls and profiting from it at least a little bit. So I never really thought. I mean, I had like a dream or at least a like I want to do this someday back in high school, I think, but um never really thought it would come into play. So sex is great for me and for girls that get to have sex with me. Don't mean to sound too conceited, but it's just the fucking truth. So that's sex. Number nine, piercings. So I have quite a few here. Why did I get so many? I mean, I get asked this question. Why do you got so many holes in your face? Why do you have so much? And it's like the same way. Why you got somebody else's hair in your head? So, I get asked this question, especially by women, and it's simple. I like piercings and I like playing. It's the aesthetic that goes with who I am, Lerraj, as a person. I mean, when I got my first piercing, of course, I was 17, and it just kind of went from there. Like, I didn't have any particular look. I didn't say, oh, I'm just gonna get my whole face pierced. It's just like a thing that kind of happened, and I started getting tattoos, and then you just kind of want more. So that's how that happens, which leads us right into number 10, which is drugs. So I have done a few drugs over the years, in my later years, of course, but I can list off all the things I've done. So I've done ketamine. For those of you that don't know what ketamine is, it's called Special K, but it's like a white substance. It's almost similar to cocaine, but it's not cocaine. Ketamine eats away at the bladder though, so and you're probably like, why the fuck? I only did it one time at a party and I didn't even do that much, so chill the fuck out. I would not do that on a regular basis. I mean, it really didn't do anything for me any day. It's just like a party drug or whatever. At least what I've been told. So, yeah. So that I've done shrooms, of course, but I don't know if you would consider shrooms a drug since it's psychedelic and it can't really be detected in your system. But I love shrooms, philosopher's stones as well. I've done Adderall, Respirodol. I didn't have no choice. That was like in my earlier years, but I hated it. Fucking hate Adderall. Um, I did ecstasy a few times and LSD. So I've done a few things. LSD is really fucking insane because it gives you this fucking burst of energy, like you just are like doped up on like coke or something. Like LSD gives you like this sense of urge and feeling and power that you never felt before, and you just want to keep moving. But mind you, when you take acid, you will be burnt out at least for 2 days because it keeps you up for 12 hours and it drains everything in the body. Acid, it drains all your fluids. That's why it's called acid, because it drains all of this shit. That's why you feel so jet lagged. That's why you feel like you want to die the next morning, because that's the after effects. So those are all the things I've done. Nothing life threatening, and of course I smoke and do fucking edibles. So yeah, there you have it. Number 11, what made me become an introvert? I've always kept to myself, but I mean, it starts off back in the early years. I didn't get to interact with a lot of people, and whenever I did, I just didn't know how to interact with people because my fucking social skills, they kind of like suck. And being me the way I am now, I just didn't really see me getting along with other kids, and even just going out to parties or to the fucking bars. I get like a sense of anxiety because I don't like being around too many people. So I feel like me coming out of my shell and interacting with people these days is kind of hard. I mean, it's not as hard as it was in the past. I mean, because I just find a way to at least tune people out, especially when I'm fucking drunk or high as hell or whatever the case may be. But I've never been a people person. The thought of like just being around too many people just drives me fucking insane. So yeah, always been an introvert, but people try to make me become an extrovert, but those people are just fucked up in the head and they just be on some stupid shit. So I really don't hang with people because they tend to get me into dangerous situations and I'm not with that. All right. Last but not least would be question 12. Polygamy or monogamy? So, it's kind of weird because a lot of people would expect me to already live a polygamous lifestyle because of all the girls that I have gotten to record with and do things with. But for so many years, I've been like a one man woman. But I'm starting to see, like, in this day and age, you can't be loyal to these hoes. You can't trust these hoes. And you definitely can't kiss these bitches on the mouth. So, my thing is, like, I'm all with being for one person, but I feel like I've never kind of received that energy back. So that's kind of why I move and live the way I live. I don't really tell people too much personal stuff. Like, I like to be mysterious. So I've been single for a minute, but I just think like I'm pushing more on the polygamous side because at the end of the day, like, I'm not looking for the love of my life, especially at this age. I'm only 21. So why would I really care about that right now? Like, a lot of dudes are wasting their time out here trying to wife girls who aren't even wife material, and they just wasting their fucking time trying to be something that they're never gonna be. So I'd rather just have an open relationship or, multiple partners because at least I have experience in that fucking field, which most guys don't. A lot of guys can't say, oh, I've banged at least 20, 30 girls this year. I have the privilege of saying that because it's true and the numbers speak for itself. But also, I protect myself and get tested like normal people should. So, uh, I don't know, man. I'm starting to kind of fall out of the monogamous and fall into polygamy. So that's what I think about those things. But I hope you guys, girls, or whatever pronouns you want to be called, enjoyed this video because I did. But I see you guys next week and we'll have some new questions for you.